call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Mayra Bueno Silva takes on Michelle Montague this Saturday at UFC Fight Night. And Mayra Bueno Silva, on a 4-fight losing streak, hasn't won a fight. Well, it was overturned to a no contest because she tested positive for like ADHD medication that she didn't disclose. How dare she? But that was a win over Holly Holm by like a pretty slick standing guillotine choke, I think it was. Front choke of some sort. So 4-fight losing streak, hasn't won in almost 3 years. And taking on Michelle Montague, undefeated, 7-0. Made her UFC debut back in September against Luana Carolina, won that fight by decision, fought in PFL and Bellator prior to that. Had a pretty extensive amateur career as well, stemming back to 2015. Became a pro in 2022. And I feel like if Michelle Montague can't get this fight to the ground, I think that she's going to get KO'd by Mayra Bueno Silva. But Mayra Bueno Silva has notoriously struggled with the grappling. Think about becoming a member. It's $2.99 a month. Just click that join button down below. Just helps to support the channel. You also get a little bit exclusive content like full card breakdowns, some betting analysis on DraftKings, and we'll start to add some more exclusive content down the road. So again, thanks for the support, guys. Back to the video. And the cardio in her fights, and the ability to defend takedowns. She was gassed versus Jasmine Jasudavicius, gassed against Raquel Pennington to lose her first title shot, her first and only title shot. She's very dangerous on the feet, throws absolute heaters, doesn't really set them up with a jab or anything, just kind of looking to take your head off, rips to the body in the clinch. She throws really nasty elbows, really good knees, has really good pressure to stalk her opponents. Heavy calf kicks as well, was beating up Macy Chasson on the feet before she got taken down and got Dr. Stoppage TKO due to an elbow. And she's a jiu-jitsu brown belt, very crafty on the ground, crafty off of her back, has a lot of submissions in the UFC, so I'm curious to see if she could catch Montague with like a guillotine or something during a takedown attempt, or in the clinch, similar to the way that she caught Holly Holm back in the day, or just catch something on the ground. She's got much more UFC experience, but Montague is a brown belt herself. She's green in her career, undefeated, but green, but she's also a very good wrestler. So the question is, can she get close enough and not take damage against Mayra to get her down and keep her down over 3 rounds? She doesn't have the best hands, not the most polished stand-up. You see her at times being aggressive, pushing forward, but kind of lunging with her strikes, kind of, pumping her jab out there, but not really extending it, and kind of just pushing her punches, awkwardly feigning uppercuts at times, throwing naked right hands, her chin's rising in the air, freezing in front of Carolina in the pocket as she throws. So there are opportunities to catch her, and Luana Carolina dropped her in round 2 of their fight, and I think that Mayra Bueno Silva, I think that she'll be getting respect on the feet. I think she'll have to worry about the clinch and getting close to Montague to where she can get her down. But I worry about her mindset. I worry about her attitude and just being able to stay composed and fresh enough with the gas tank and the cardio to be able to defend takedowns for 3 rounds. At times she kind of gets down on herself, gets really kind of poopy pants, whining, complaining to the refs, seems to break mentally a lot and just kind of give up on herself. But I could see her coming in hands low because she's not worried about really the striking or the offense coming her way on the feet. Have them there for natural underhooks as Montague shoots. And I think that her pressure, her aggression could serve her well against the offensive wrestling of Montague. If she approaches it the right way and actually digs underhooks and sprawls versus just kind of accepting the takedown and landing on her back, I think that she could have success on the feet. But I feel like Mayra Bueno Silva just struggles with top tier fighters. Struggle with Pennington, Jasudavicius, Cavalcanti, Manafioro, these high level fighters. She's struggling again. She's getting wins over, I wouldn't say bottom of the barrel, but not the most high caliber of fighters in the UFC. And she struggles with specialist grapplers, specialist strikers like Manafioro, strikers who can outpoint her, be more technical, maintain range, not let her dirty box in the clinch, wrestlers who are able to exploit her lack of takedown defense. And I think despite the gaps in Montague's and Mayra being the much better striker, I just think that Mayra is going to be a little bit too stationary and there to be taken down. She doesn't move well enough. She'll stand in front of her opponents. Her cardio, her takedown defense are too suspect. Carolina was having success, but she was also moving very well. Moving laterally, moving side to side, using her footwork to avoid the takedowns, getting respect on the feet. And Mayra's just flat-footed, kind of plotty at times, and I think Montague can shoot some easy takedowns on her, control her on top. If Mayra can't get subs, she usually stays on bottom, doesn't work her way up. Again, goes back to her cardio abilities. And Montague's going to be bigger. She used to fight at 145 pounds in PFL. She'll be 3 inches taller, have a 2.5-inch reach advantage. I think that Mayra Bueno Silva could chin her. Every round starts on the feet, but I'm going to go with Montague to get this one done by decision, just being too dominant in the grappling, too good of a wrestler against Mayra Bueno Silva. So I'm going to go with Michelle Montague to get this one done. She is minus 355 favorite, which is kind of high. That seems pretty, given how green she is on the feet against a power puncher like Bueno Silva. I feel like that's pretty high. But again, she does very well the wrestling, which is the game plan to beat somebody like Bueno Silva's, put her on her back and keep her there. So I'm going to go with Montague. I think she'll get this one done by decision. Thanks.